Whoa there. This is your man Nico B. This is the Black Effect. You already know how we do things. Hit that like and subscribe button. Donate to the Patreon if you so see fit. And the Cash App links is in the description box. And let me get into this quickly. I want to talk about the lesbian cult that is women's basketball. Black. Let me rephrase that. This is the topic of this video is women's basketball is a lesbian cult. Notice I didn't say the WNBA because that's the big leagues of this lesbianism cult. But it begins when your children are very young. When your girls are very young and they playing basketball, they playing these type of sports and they playing basketball in particular. They on a basketball team. If they, are on a basketball team in a school, 9 times out of 10, they are being subjected to a lot of lesbian activity. 9 times out of 10, they are fooling around with each other on the team very freely without any regards. Now, I'm not sure. I've seen this with my own eyes. I've seen it for many years. I've heard this from other people in other regions and parts of the world, of the country, and they've said the same thing. This is truth. Look at the WNBA. Come on now. Like, if you was to do statistics on how many, you would probably have more lesbians there than you got straight women. And in 2019, we already know how things work, man. People are moving further and further away from God and his laws and becoming more and more like Aleister Crowley or like Satan and using his philosophy of do what you want to do. Do what thou will. It's no more like when I was growing up, man, which was, wasn't long ago. It was this, in the 1990s and things like that, even in the 80s, early 80s, women were shamed, families were shamed, women were shamed for being, families were shamed women for being lesbians and being sexual deviants and things like that. In the black community, like I've said, do what you want. If that's what you choose to do, forget I'm not on the LGBT, I'm not bombing on them, at the end of the day. You do what you want to do. God has ordained that. You can do what you want, and you should be able to do that without being harmed, physically. But you get what comes with it when, verbally or shame, when you start doing certain things. That's just how it works, and you can't control people's opinion, and that's my problem with that community. But, the women, like in the black community, we had more integrity. We promoted families. We understood the positions we was in, and really it's a woman, to me, abandons her very natural use when she just becomes a lesbian. I know everyone doesn't want kids, but that's just a natural thing for a woman, to have the maternal instinct. And now that's why you see so many lesbians, so-called lesbians, whatever. I can only use air quotes because they have children, multiple children. It's like, how the hell you gonna be eating coochie, eating box, and then trying to go snatch you some dude for the dick? Like, what's wrong with you? You need Jesus Christ, because you don't know what's going on in your life. Like, sexual deviancy is taking over. You know what I'm saying? You've been given up to the debased mindset. Because like I said, two women don't have no business, they on the basketball team and they in the locker room eating each other out and, girl, let me, when you do that, you basically, to me, you became weak. You became a slave. And I don't, at the end of the day, man, it's love, I'm a child of the Most High. I'm down with the God gang, you know what I'm saying? Jesus Christ, yes. That's who I'm riding with. So I really don't too much care about your PC version or PC, what you would like for me to speak about. Like if you wanted me to speak PC and do all that, I'm sorry. I don't care about all that. What I'm saying is that to me, all of homosexuality and lesbianism is a weakness. It's a sickness because now you have an unhealthy attraction to your same sex. So when you're in certain settings where it's not supposed to be sexual, or things, you know what I'm saying, can get complicated if you involve that. It can complicate relationships. The last thing you want to do is to add another group of people to your same sex. Now you can't even be comfortable. You understand? You just a sexually charged being. You may not get that. You know, people may not get that, but this is why God has ordained these things as wicked and don't do them. You understand? But I know some of you would still sit back like, oh, what are you talking about, man? LGBT, man. You just shaming, man. All that Christian stuff, man. He's talking about Jesus, man. Oh, man, come on, man. You know, stall it out, man. Stall me out with that BS. You know what time it is. This is age. This is what your country is founded on, jackass. This is age-old, time immemorial stuff, jackass. You understand? This is the unseen things of the world exist. And, you know, the people who are in higher positions already understand that these things go on. So you can be ignorant, you know, but those who making moves and things like that, no. We know what time it is. That stuff that we was talking about is true. And that's what I'm saying. So with the WNBA full of lesbians, and they grooming your kids early. And I don't know, like I said, if it's the coaches who got a hand in all and letting that activity and behavior and perpetuating that behavior, because we all know that the women who coach those teams, a lot of them are basketball, wannabe basketball players. They sexing each other. I'm like, man, you know, if we got equality and it's the name of equality, you know, in this country, why don't you just drop the WNBA and let the chicks play to try out for the NBA, you know, if they good enough. Now, don't get me wrong. You're going to get a lot of chicks getting yammed on. Boom! She's on her back. You're going to get a lot of chicks getting posterized. Wow! You're going to get a lot of chicks, you know what I'm saying, getting the nutsack on the head when a nigga just dunking on the rim. Just bang! Yeah, you're going to get a lot of that. But, you know, hey, man. You know, that's what you get when you get equality. Niggas going to start clowning, man. You know, when you want equality between two things that's not equal, you're gonna get a lot of for lack of a better word, you're gonna get a lot of fuckery to ensue. Okay? And that's what's going on in the world today. That's, you know, and basically look at women's MMA. I mean, look at MMA. You have transvestite men trying to fight real biological women. Yep, I said real biological women. Once again, real biological women. You got a problem with that? You trying to put them against males who are transitioning sexes or taking hormone pills to try to be something that they were not born. This is how sick it's gotten. Stuff is everywhere. But if you look at pay attention, man, fathers, pay attention to your daughters if you want to allow her to play junior high basketball or high school basketball. Don't be naive to think that they aren't sleeping with each other. Don't be naive to think that it's not some girl in our big goof, you know, big goof of a chick, you know, Big Bertha, you know what I'm saying, preying on your daughter who just wants to try to play basketball. Now, it's like I said, some women into that and some young girls into that with the intentions, you know, of being a part of the lesbian cult. You know what I'm saying? They looking for their faction in high school and in school and junior high, even middle school. It starts there. That's how it's played out. Just depending on, because if you grow up in a lesbian household and if you see those things, it's gonna just the same way if you grew up, discovering some porn or any type of sexually charging when you're a young kid before it's time, is gonna set you on your path to be sexually charged. I'm sorry, it's just an unhealthy sexual life, and you're gonna have to iron it out. You can either iron it out, what I'm saying, just by learning, but which is just short of a miracle. But for the most part, you're gonna have to iron it out by breaking the generational curse with getting the spirit of God in your life. The spirit of God is a beautiful thing because it comes in. I'm gonna do a video on that, man, because it comes into people's lives and breaks the generational curses. Otherwise, you wouldn't be able to do that. All right, it's your man Nico B. I'm sorry, it is what it is, man. The WNBA, all the way down to, like I said, middle school basketball. Middle school basketball, so like wherever the kids are starting to be sexually active, and I know this is happening very early. That's why I said middle school, all the way up to adulthood. The women's basketball organization is a homosexual cult. It's full of lesbians. You understand? And it's like it's the culture knows what they're doing. I mean, like the women who are part of that culture, like they get it. They know that that's the case, and that's why a lot of times they into that. But like I said, at the end of the day, if you really want equality, these women, these some big old women too. These women tall. Let them try out for the NBA if they got money. If they money like that, yeah. But we know how that go. Yeah, all right. It's your man Nico B. Black Effect. I'm out of here.